So here we are, lesson number 7, 100%. We are on page 53, okay? So, learning targets, the I can statements. I can use a double number line diagram to help me solve percent increase and decrease problems. I can understand if I know how much quantity has grown, then the original amount must represent 100%. And when I know the new amount and the percentage increase or decrease, I can find the original amount. So, notice and wonder. So, go ahead and write down one thing you notice about the double number line and one thing you notice and one thing you wonder. Go ahead and hit pause and write those down. All right, hopefully you've come up with some answers. I noticed that we're talking about chocolate milk and percentages. Why does the chocolate milk go up to 350%? That seems like a lot. Okay, so let's turn the page. Double number line. Let's get into the math. So this is page 54. For each problem, complete the double number line diagram to show the percentages that correspond to the original amount and the new amount. Okay, the gas tank in Dad's car holds 12 gallons. The gas tank in Mom's truck holds 50% more than that. How much gas does the truck tank hold? So, the percentage we always start with is 100%. So, it says the gas tank in Dad's car holds 12 gallons. Well, that means 100% is 12 gallons. Okay, I need to figure out 50% more, so I need to find what 150% is going to be. Okay, so if we think of 50%, what's half of 12? Well, half of 12 is 6. So to get 50 plus 100 is 150, so 6 plus 12 gives me 18. And that's my answer. So the truck tank holds 18 gallons. Okay. Number 2, at the movie theater, the size of popcorn bags decreased by 20%. If the old bags held 15 cups, how much do the new bags? So the old bags are the original. So the old bags is going to be 100%. That's going to be 15. Okay? So if we look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. That means each line is 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay? Decrease by 20%. That means we're going to go down 20 or subtract 20. So 100 minus 20 is 80%. So the new bags hold 12 cups of popcorn. Taking that popcorn away from us. Number 3. A school had 1,200 students last year and only 1,080 students this year. What was the percentage of increase or decrease in the number of students? So last year they had 1,200 students. So that's where the 100% is going to go. So 1,200 students, 180, or 100%. So if I count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so each line is 10%. So 10, 20, 30. So we need to know what goes with 1,080. Well, that's 10 away from 100, so it's 90%. So what's the percentage of decrease from 100% down to 90%? Well, it's 10% decrease. So that's my answer. Okay. These double line charts are good visual ways to see the problem and sort of set things up and know where to go from there. So number 4. 1 week, a gas was $1.25 a gallon. The next week, it was $1.50 per gallon. By which percentage did the price increase? So 1 week, gas was $1.25. So that's 100%. So $1.25 is 100%. Okay? The next week, the gas was $1.50. So we need to figure out the percentage that goes here. Okay, each percentage is different, so we just have to count the lines. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 lines up to 100. So 100 divided by 5 is each line is 20. So after 100 goes 120. And what's the difference between 100% and 120%? It's 20%. So there's a 20% increase in gas. Number 5, after a discount, the price of a t-shirt was $12. What was the price before the discount? So this is the new price. $12 is the new price. Okay, it's not the original price, it's the new price after 25% discount. So if you think 100 minus 25 is 75%. So 75% of the shirt was $12. So if I think 1, 2, 3 lines, 12 divided by 3 is 4. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Well, what was the original price? Well, the price that's with 100%, $16. And number 6. Compared to last year, the population of Boomtown had increased 25%. The population is now 6,600. So this is the new, it's not the original. So the original always goes at 100, or the old or new always goes at 100. So we need to figure out what that is. So the population increased by 25%. So we're going to go 100 plus 25%. And 125%, we're going to put 6,600. So once again, we're just going to count the lines. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 line. So my calculator, 6,600 divided by 5 lines is 1,320. So 6,600 minus 1,320 gives me 5,280. That's the number at 100%, right? So that's how you do that, okay? You also could do it how we did it yesterday, where you just find the percentage of that number and then either add or subtract if you're finding increase or decrease. Okay? All right, looking at page 55, representing more juice. If I slide down, here we go. It says 2 students are working on the same problem. The juice box has 20% more juice in its new packaging. The original packaging held 12 fluid ounces. How many juice does the new packaging hold? So here's how Priya set up her double number line. She put 12 at 100 and 14 at 14.4 at 120. And Claire put 12 at 80 and 15 at 100. Do you agree with either of them? Well, let's look back here. The original packaging is 12 fluid ounces. Original or old is where we put 100 at. So 12 fluid ounces should be at 100. It's not there, so Priya set hers up correctly. Claire did not. Okay? So remember, original or old, that is your 100% value. And then you work from there. And then one more thing on page 56, we're going to look at turtles. Okay, so green sea turtles live most of their lives in the ocean, but come ashore to lay their eggs. Some beaches where turtles often come ashore have been made into protected sanctuaries, so eggs will not be disturbed. One year, the sanctuary had 180 green sea turtles come ashore to lay eggs last year. This year, the number of turtles increased by 10%. How many turtles came ashore to lay their eggs this year? So if you think, we always start with 100%. So 100%, and then we increase by 10. So 100% plus 10 more percent is 110%. Okay, and then we're just going to multiply that by 180. So on my calculator, remember, if you don't have a calculator, it's not 110%, it's just going to be 1.1, because when we move the decimal, so 1.1 times 180. So either one would work. So 110% times 180 gives me 198 sea turtles. Okay, you could also have found 10% of 180 is 18, and then just add 180 plus 18 more and get 198. Number 2, this one's a little different because they give us the new number and we need to find the original number. So it says at another sanctuary, the number of nesting turtles decreased by 10%. This year there was 234 nesting turtles. How many nesting turtles were at the sanctuary last year? All right, so because we're finding the original amount from the new amount, instead of multiplying, we're going to divide. Okay, so if we think here, there was a decrease by 10%. So we still start with 100%. So 100% minus 10% gives me 90%. Okay, so because this is our new amount, we're going to divide by 90% instead of multiplying by 90%. So we're going to go 234 divided by 90%, or 234 divided by 0.9. Okay, so my calculator, 234 divided by 0.9 gives me 260. So last year there was 260 turtles. So if they give you the original amount and you need to find the new amount, you multiply by the percentage. If they give you the new amount and you need to find the original amount, you're going to divide by the percentage. You're going to do the opposite. Okay, so if we look at the summary here, lesson 7 summary on page 56 and 57, we can use double number line diagrams to show information about percent of increase and percent of decrease. The initial amount of cereal was 500 grams, which lines up with 100% in the diagram. We can find a 20% increase by increasing 500 and adding 20% more of 500. So if we do the math, 120% times 500 is 600%, or 600. Okay. If the initial amount of 500 grams is decreased by 40%, so 100% minus 40% is 60%, so then we go 500 times 60 and we get 300. Okay, so 40% decrease is the same as 60% of the initial amount. In the diagram, we can see that 300 is lined up with 60%. To solve the percentage problems, we need to be clear about what corresponds to 100%. For example, suppose there are 20 students in a class and we know their increase of 25% from last year. In this case, the number of students last year is the original amount. So original, old, or last always goes with 100. New, this year, or the newer this year goes with whatever you're trying to find. Okay? On your assignment in Canvas, there are 2 questions that line up with problem 1 and problem 2 in your book. So a bakery uses 120 or 25% more butter this month than last month. If the bakery used a 240 last month, how much did it use this month? So 240 is my 100%. I need to find the new amount. So I'm going to multiply by the percentage. Okay? You can either go 240 times 25% and add that to 240, or if you think we always start at 100% plus 25%, so we're going to go 125% times 240. Same thing with number 2. Okay, last week the price of oranges at the farmer's market was $1.75 per pound. This week the price has decreased by 20%. So you can go $1.75 times 20% and subtract that from $1.75. Or you can start with 100%, minus 20% is 80%, and then just go 80% times $1.75, and that will be your answer. Remember, always email me if you have questions.